Healthy habit number 5 of 16 is to consume a high quality protein source with each meal. Protein is vital for our human survival and also for optimal health and performance. So let's start off by listing the top 10 vital physiological functions that require protein. Eighth, let's explain why protein is vital for fluid balance. Proteins are essential for maintaining fluid balance in the body, ensuring that water is properly distributed between the various compartments, such as the blood vessels, cells, and interstitial spaces. This delicate balance is critical for maintaining homeostasis, preventing issues such as edema or fluid retention or dehydration, both of which can have serious health consequences if left untreated. The primary way proteins help regulate fluid balance is through osmotic pressure, which refers to the force that draws water into areas with higher concentrations of solutes, such as proteins. One of the most important proteins involved in this process is albumin, which is a protein produced by the liver and found in high concentrations in the blood plasma. Albumin exerts oncotic pressure, which is a form of osmotic pressure that keeps water inside the blood vessels, preventing it from leaking into surrounding tissues. Without sufficient levels of albumin and other plasma proteins, fluid would accumulate in the tissues, leading to swelling or edema. When the concentration of proteins in the blood is too low, a condition known as hypoproteinemia can occur where fluid can leak out of the blood vessels and into the interstitial spaces between cells. This causes edema, which can manifest as swelling in areas like the legs, abdomen, and lungs. In severe cases, fluid imbalances can lead to complications such as ascites, which is the fluid buildup in the abdominal cavity, or pleural effusion, which is fluid around the lungs, both of which can impair organ functions. Adequate protein intake is therefore critical for maintaining plasma protein levels and preventing fluid imbalances. Protein also plays a role in regulating fluid balance with the cells themselves. The cell membrane is semi permeable, meaning it allows certain substances to pass through while restricting others. Proteins embedded in the cell membrane, such as aquaporins, act as channels that regulate the movement of water in and out of the cell. These proteins ensure that cells maintain an appropriate level of hydration, preventing them from becoming too swollen in the case of excessive water uptake or shriveled in the case of water loss. In addition to albumin and membrane proteins, other proteins such as hemoglobin play a secondary role in fluid balance. By binding to oxygen in the bloodstream, hemoglobin helps maintain the appropriate balance of gases and fluids in the blood, ensuring that tissues receive enough oxygen while maintaining the correct fluid volume. Hormones that regulate fluid balance, such as antidiuretic hormone or ADH, also depend on protein structures to function. ADH is released by the pituitary gland in responses to dehydration or low blood pressure and acts on the kidneys to reduce water excretion, helping to maintain fluid balance. The receptors for ADH on kidney cells are proteins that facilitate the hormone's effects, enabling the body to retain water when necessary. Proteins are integral to the regulation of fluid balance in the body through their roles in creating osmotic pressure, facilitating water movement across cell membranes, and supporting hormone functions. Proteins ensure that fluids are appropriately distributed between the blood, cells, and tissues. Maintaining adequate protein intake is vital for preventing conditions like edema and ensuring overall fluid homeostasis. Ninth, let's explain why protein is vital for an acid base balance. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.